Hello, it is July 10th, 2017, and I am in an airport. So my mom, Megan, and I woke up this morning at like 3:40 so that we could get out of the house by like 4 a.m. so that I could make my flight at 5:20. And so we get there, and then my flight was promptly delayed until 8:20. Update from the future, my flight got undelayed, and I did not know that, and I missed my flight and have been thus rebooked for 3 p.m. today. So that is lovely. So suddenly, with a 2-hour window of opportunity, I realized what a perfect time to reflect on my weekend at home and get my vlog together. I grabbed myself a cup of coffee, and while I was doing so, I heard someone say, "Hey, is that Mr. Malloy I see?" And I turned around to see the McCartneys. That's you heard me right. I said McCartneys plural because Mr. McCartney was with his wife, whom he married 2 days ago. They were shipping out for their honeymoon, so I got to see them briefly, and that's nice. I was a little bit giddy because they just got married, and I find that exciting. Alright, so on July 5th, I caught a flight home so that I could be home by July 6th, because that is my 4-year anniversary with Shannon. I missed our 3-year last year, and decided that I didn't want to miss it 2 years in a row. And my entire weekend has been really nice, and you get to hear all about it right now. So on Wednesday night, Shannon picked me up from the airport, and I got to sleep in my own bed for the first time in 3 weeks. And that was the first time I recognized that my bed in Chicago isn't that comfortable. So on Thursday, I woke up, had some coffee, and then Shannon and I had lunch with my family, and then later we had our anniversary dinner up at Olive Garden. But before Olive Garden, we stopped at some clothing store. What was that? I don't know. The exact store name gets away from me right now, but I'm sure I'll remember at some point. But then we ate at Olive Garden because that's fancy here in Iowa. I had some of their incredible coffee and really enjoyed my company. On Friday, Shannon came over in the morning and we just kind of hung out all day up until we met some people at the beach and then had Applebee's with those same people. Yeah, we've been eating out a lot. Then Shannon and I had to rush home so that we could FaceTime with my Chicago friends. I've been trying to get Shannon to meet with them for a while now because they all really wanted to meet her and I really want her to meet them. And anyway, it was good. They're a really easy crowd because if we ever said anything even remotely coupley, they would all just like burst out into awes, and that was affirming and cute. And anyway, on Saturday, it was actually Shannon's grandpa's birthday, in addition to the McCartney wedding. So we weren't together for most of it. She was headed towards Cedar Rapids. I met with Asa for coffee at the Coffee Connection, talked briefly with Lori Ramey, and then met my dad for lunch at Casa Grande. And then I came home, and the Malloy siblings did shuffle writing. So how that works is you make a playlist of songs, and then you play the song, and then you write little blurbs that adjoin to whatever song happens to be playing. And so Megan and I were in person for this, and then we called Melissa up so that she could also do the thing, even though she couldn't hear the music. So I got some sibling time in, and then Shannon eventually came home, and I went over there, and we watched the movie In the Land of Woman. And I actually really liked the movie because it's just like this series of conversations, and who doesn't love that? Sunday morning, I went to church for the first time in 3 weeks, and then after that, Shannon and I drove again up to Des Moines to go to Hoo Hot. So Hoo Hot's this really weird place where it's like a buffet of frozen ingredients that you put in a bowl, and then you like watch them cook it on this like super hot metal top cover thing, and then you eat it, and it's pretty good, but it takes you a moment to get over like the selection of frozen meat. And then we came home and took a nap and watched Homeland, and eventually said goodbye, which was rather difficult. I'm really grateful to have gotten to come home and see all my people and enjoy that, but it's hard to leave again after just 4 or 5 days. Maybe I will at some point expand on the whole shot relationship 4-year thing, but for now, just a couple of things. I've been dating Shannon for longer than I've been in high school, and as of today, right now, she is my one and only, and I have every intention of keeping it that way. Megan, Melissa, I hope you have just a fantastic week, and wish me luck as I go back into the land of fly labs and you Chicago students. All the best.